It's that time of year again where I need to cut the pumpkins so I can cook them and put them in freezer bags so that I have food for the winter. I already had a throwaway one pumpkin, a big one like this. Well, I didn't throw it away, I gave it to the chickens, but my chickens are so spoiled they won't eat it. But I think they peck at it later. So I'll just start cutting this up. And oh. It's a big one. I've got, I have three more like this. And 3 small ones left. So, they lasted pretty long, but I don't want to take a chance on losing any more. So I'll take out the seeds to save the seeds. And then I'll clean all this out and come back when I'm ready to put it in the oven. Alright, so what I do is I put oil on the pan, and then I just put the pumpkin cut side down. Look at how many seeds I got. That's a lot of seeds. Okay, so I need to take this off. How I do that is I just get a hammer and let's see if I can whack it off. Well, that doesn't want to work. Okay, let's see. Well, sometimes I get a hammer and I try to break it off. Now there it is. All right. Now it will fit in the oven. So I put it in the oven. Only one will fit. I got a new oven. This oven, well, it's not a new, it's a used oven. So there's no light in there because it's a basic oven. So only one will fit, so we'll just have to wait. And I'll set the timer for, I'll check it in 20 minutes. To see if a knife goes through it easily. Okay, this has been cooking for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And so how I test it is if the knife goes in really easily. It just slides right in. And so I usually let it cool, but for the video, because time is important, I am just going to show you what it looks like inside. Now what I do when I'm preparing it, so I didn't take all these fibers off, so what I'll do is I'll just scrape them away. So just to remove them. Not the flesh, just the fibers. This, when it cools off, I'll cut it. Okay. So now I'm just going to let it cool off. The pumpkin is cooled off. This is the second one. I've already done the, I've already taken care of the first pumpkin. So what I do is I cut it. Then I take out, I scrape off the fiber. The top layer of fiber. And then I just scoop out. Scoop out the meat. Take off the fiber. That's just the top layer. You can scrape off the fiber before you cook it, but I find this easier to do. Just take out the meat and scrape it off any way you can. Then I have a masher, just a hand masher, and I mash it up. Or you can just chop it up with a knife. And you can, this I'm going to put in soup, so I don't need it so finely mashed. If you're going to make pie, you might want to mash it or put it in a food processor. And then I have a cup, and I just measure it out. Okay. And I got a freezer bag. I label the freezer bag. This was a big, well, I put the date 11/25/17, and it was a big orange, sweet. It was very sweet pumpkin. And so I'll put 2 cups. So here's 1 cup. This is how I do it. You can do it any way you want. I stick the cup in there and just scoop it out. Pound it down. Okay, this isn't quite 2 cups. So on the other half that I already finished, I got 6 cups. Cut it like that. take it off that way. Set it down. All kinds of ways, whatever you find out works best for you. Mash this up a little. Okay. So another 2 cups. And I kind of just slam it down to compact it. Then I take the bag and I fold it over, and then I close it. And 2 cups of pumpkin ready for the freezer. I'll put it in the refrigerator until it gets cool, and then I'll put it in the freezer. Because I find when you put it in the freezer right away, and you lay them, you stack them, the bags, they have a tendency to stick. This is all the pumpkin I got from that big pumpkin. I got, these are all 2 cups, so that's 12, and then 1 left over, so 13 cups of pumpkin, and they're ready for the freezer. And this one I will make soup. I'll make a vegetable soup and use that in the soup for thickening.